Are you making decisions right now that are quietly sabotaging your financial future? If you're in your 30s, the financial choices you make today will literally affect you for the rest of your life. I recently turned 50, but I have witnessed many individuals, including my own friends when we were younger, fall into these exact same money traps. Today, we're hopefully going to educate you and put a stop to it. Hey everyone, I'm Chalekian, and for over 25 years, I've been helping individuals like you build, preserve, and enjoy their wealth. One of my favorite aspects of my planning career is guiding young couples and individuals who are just kicking off their financial journey. So let's take a deep dive into the top 10 absolute worst wealth killers people face in their 30s. Mistake number 1, trying to fake success. We've all heard the saying, fake it till you make it. But too many people in their 30s try to create an illusion of wealth to impress their friends and family by piling up material possession. They'll buy a house they can't actually afford, an expensive car they definitely don't need, and designer clothes that will probably be out of style in a few months. Listen, if your possessions don't match your actual bank account balance, you are only fooling yourself. Having items that are actively losing value does not mean you're financially successful. In fact, this behavior is stopping you from making the right financial decisions and saving for your real goals. You might be trying to keep up with the Joneses, but guess what? The Joneses are probably broke. Mistake number 2, falling victim to lifestyle creep. As you progress through your 30s, you'll likely start making more money. But instead of saving that extra cash, you start upgrading your lifestyle. You get a raise, so you rent a fancier apartment. You get a bonus, so you buy a luxury watch or handbag. Suddenly, you're making 6 figures, but still living paycheck to paycheck because your expenses have crept up to meet your income. Keep your fixed expenses low, and when you get a raise, increase your investments, not just your lifestyle. Mistake number 3 is drowning in bad debt. Credit cards are an illusion. That money isn't yours, and if you can't pay it off monthly, you are getting crushed by interest. The average millennial right now carries almost $7,000 in credit card debt. You also need to aggressively pay down those lingering student loans instead of carrying them into your 40s and 50s. Use the debt snowball or avalanche method to knock them out. I made a separate video about that, which I'll link below. And please, for the love of God, stop financing your brand new cars over a 6-year period. If you have to finance, use the 23-8 rule. Put 20% down, finance it for no more than 3 years, and keep the payment under 8% of your gross income. If the payments are over that amount, then you need to look for a cheaper car. Right now, the average car loan is stretched to over 70 months just so people can afford the monthly payment. That is a massive wealth killer. Mistake number 4, making a disastrous housing decision. A huge mistake young people make is thinking they must buy a house when the reality is they should just rent. I've seen countless examples of young individuals buying a house way too early on a low salary. Then that property ends up costing them tens of thousands of dollars in losses due to hidden expenses and repairs that they were not anticipating and couldn't afford to cover. If you decide that you're ready to buy, don't make the mistake of buying too much house. A great rule of thumb is the 30-10-25 rule for your first home. Put at least 3% down, plan to stay for at least 10 years, and ensure your total housing costs do not exceed 25% of your gross income. One last item I will mention when it comes to housing. As much as renting gets a bad rap, there is something to be said about having the flexibility to move when an opportunity arises and not be tied down to a mortgage. You're in your 30s and hopefully have a promising career. If tomorrow you get the opportunity of a lifetime that requires you to possibly move to a different city, you want to make sure that you can take advantage of it and are not anchored down by a property. Mistake number 5, missing out on compound interest. When you're 30 and thriving, saving for retirement is usually the absolute last thing on your mind. You think you have plenty of time, But the irony is, the sooner you start, the easier it is, all thanks to a financial planner's biggest tool, compound interest. Let's do the math. If you invest just $500 a month starting at age 35, your nest egg could have over $1 million by the time you reach age 65. But let's say you wait till you are 45 to start saving. Waiting just 10 years means that you would have to save triple, $1,500 a month, just so you could have the same $1 million at retirement. Use compound interest to your advantage and start saving now. Mistake number 6, leaving free money on the table. A lot of you are not taking advantage of your employer's full 401k match and thus leaving free money on the table. In your 30s, your goal should be saving and investing 20 to 25% of your gross income. Avoid the day trading and get-rich-quick schemes you see on social media. Instead, diversify wisely using broad market index funds and ETFs by dollar cost averaging your way to wealth. By the time you hit 30, aim to have a net worth equal to 1 time your salary, and by 40, aim to 3 times your salary. Mistake number 7, having zero emergency fund. Your 30s are when real expensive adult problems happen. A roof leaks, a transmission blows out, or you have a sudden medical bill. If you don't have 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved in a high-yield savings account, you're going to be forced to put those emergencies on a credit card, thus throwing you right back into mistake number 3. Protect yourself with a solid cash buffer. Mistake number 8, feeling invincible. In your 30s, you might still feel bulletproof like you did in your 20s, but you can't cheat death. Many young people live purely in the moment and forget that a life-changing event, like a tragic accident or severe illness, could be right around the corner. You need to be prepared. If you don't have a plan in place, you are taking an emotionally devastating disaster and making it worse by forcing financial hardship onto the people you love most. Consider the right insurance. I'm talking about health insurance, auto insurance, life insurance if people depend on you. Now, when it comes to estate planning, a lot of 30-somethings have not done anything or think a simple will is enough, or they didn't think they are rich enough for a trust. But if you own a home, have a small business, or possibly have young children, you need a comprehensive estate plan, including a revocable living trust, and healthcare directives. Failing to set this up means your assets could end up tied up in a lengthy, expensive probate court process. Don't leave your family with a financial nightmare just because you didn't plan ahead. Mistake number 9 is stagnating your career and income. When it comes to investing, everyone tells you to diversify your portfolio, but why does nobody talk about diversifying your income? So many 30-year-olds tell me that they are completely miserable in their current careers. But what would happen if you suddenly lost that job, or if your entire field saw a drop in demand due to AI? Your resume won't save you. You need to invest in your own skills, whether that's taking specialized courses, getting advanced certifications, or going back to school. Increasing your earnings potential is one of the highest ROI investments you can make in your 30s. I would highly encourage you to start a side hustle or a small business in something you are passionate about. You are far less likely to end up in a financial bind if you get laid off. Who knows? It might grow so much that you can quit the job that you hate and do what you actually love. And finally, mistake number 10. Self-sabotage through bad relationships and ignored credit. Now, I'm not here to give you relationship advice, but who you decide to spend the rest of your life with has a huge impact on your financial future. Try to avoid someone who is terrible with money. Their debt will become your debt, and it will drag you down. I'm not saying that their habits can't change, but if they're not willing to be financially literate, then that should be a red flag. And while we're talking about other people, never co-sign a loan for friends or family. It puts your credit on the hook for their obligations. I can't tell you the countless times that I've talked to someone who got screwed over by a friend or family member that decided to default on a loan that they co-signed. Lastly, speaking of credit, pay your bills on time. Having a high credit score saves you massive amounts of money on interest rates when you're eventually in a position to buy that house or a car. Remember, it is never too early to start planning. At Lake Avenue Academy, we love helping people just like you develop and implement sound financial strategies and create a blueprint to help you reach your goals. I hope you found this information helpful. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So please drop a comment below and let me know which one of these mistakes hit closest to home. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.